live stream. Today we're going to be doing Medieval Blacksmith. I've actually been playing this when I could, but couldn't stream. Alright. Memory serves correct. I'm out of... Oh, I still have resources, but... Do I want to fill the backlog? I already have, like, 10 swords in reserve. Well, 10 weapons. Some of these are actually spears. All these are toothpicks. But if you haven't played this game yet, it is by far one of the most interesting and well-designed simulators I have played in a long time. And the main reason is, this is one of the only simulator games that actually has a story. Sorry if you hear the boy in the background. But we're going to start the new day. I did buy the campfire. Hold on. I had the sound settings a little screwy. There we go. Let me make sure we're still live. Yep. Oop, wrong button. There we go. Oh! uh... Alright. Bounty Hunter, killed the lady. Killed the lady kidnapper. Citizens of our great nation, I stand before you today with heavy heart and a solemn duty. As you govern, it is my responsibility to add the events that have shaken us to our core. Our beloved king, may his soul rest in peace, has been taken from us by the hand of treachery. Uh-oh. I don't like where that's going. A murderer is lurking in the shadows of our once peaceful realm, dreaded to strike at the heart of the sovereignty. This coward acts of violence has left us mourning. But It also ignites the flames of justice in our hearts. The justice demands retribution. Retribution demands accountability. Today, this man will be held accountable for his crimes against the kingdom of Laternia. The murderer responsible for this horrendous crime was caught red-handed and now stands before the gallows on these gallows. He thought he could repay our honor of being of our king's right hand with his betrayal. He thought he could snuff out the light of our kingdom with his blade. But he underestimated the strength of our unity, the resilience of our spirit, and the powers of our kingdom. Let his presence here serve as a reminder of the punishment of the crime. Remember of the price of treachery. Remember the consequence of betrayal and betraying the trust of our kingdom. Today, as we witness the dawn of a new era, one marked by resilience, by unity, and unwavering determination. Today I ask you to stand tall, to stand together, as we embark on a journey towards healing, towards justice, towards a future where the shadows of darkness will never extinguish the light of this kingdom united. You, Tanarod, son of Nama, what are your last words? I beg you, I swear. The great Ruma and the souls of my great ancestors, that I am innocent. Ah, shit. They're going to come after me, aren't they? I'm not a part of this. I'm not a part of any of this. The real killer is still out there. Please, don't do it. Please, please. You see the man shaking and crying in tears. Stop lying. My sinful child, stop lying. Stop lying and let the last moments of your sinful life be honorable. My great Ruma, forgive your sinful soul and let you to join the cycle. You see the women pointing to the soldier with their hand. Oh, her head. Oh, please. The name of the great Ruma, please. Lady. I can't die like this. Governor Therodon, people of our city today, marks a stubborn but necessary moment in our history. Oh, what do you want, little boy? Do you want to come sit with Daddy? Come here. Come up. Daddy loves you. You want the Pumbaa? The execution we have witnessed is not merely an act of violence, but a declaration of our commitment to justice and order. Let us remember this day, not only for the justice that has been served, but for the unity that is represents. Let us honor the memory of our fallen king by reframing our community to the principles that define us as a people. Let us mourn the great King Oldrom, who watched over us while he lived. Come here. You can do it. Duke. Doogie doo. What do you want? Come here. I love you. I love you. Alright. Rest in peace, King Albram. Rest in peace, King Oldrom. 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 And may God give long life to the new king. You're going to be the new king, aren't you? For whom the bell tolls, achievement has been gotten. Alright. Going to have to buy stuff. Oh. Hey, speak of the dog. Then prepare the bone. We were just waiting for you, Etna. Oh, you call me by my name now. Nice. Oh. About what? I love you. You can come here. Is the old boy in the way? You went up on the chair, boy? There you go. I've been offering it to you for about 20 minutes now. The dagger. Alright. And what purpose you produce that dagger for? I had nothing to do with this incident. Huh. Seal the damn blacksmith shop. Damn it. Arcane Tormentor. A king is dead. Because of the black dagger you made. To whom did you give the dagger? Doc or Sapphire? I sold. What makes you think I made that dagger? I can tell you this. We're the only blacksmith in this kingdom or this castle area, so that answer's bad. I don't know. But I suspect someone. Who? The assassin was a woman. Describe the assassin's appearance now. Nope, not a black woman wearing black clothes. Oh, right, we're not allowed to disclose her true identity. So, I don't know. She's an assassin. I just suspect her. There you go. Tried to tell us, tried to tell us. Tried to tell a lie to us. To deceive us. Tried to anger us. You will suffer. Tell the truth. Maybe you may have a chance. Maybe. What did the assassin say to you? Yeah, that one. The day before the king's right hand was executed. Why did you help the assassin? Do you work together? Speak. I was forced. How much were you paid for this, huh? How much did you sell our king's life? I was threatened. I had to do it for free, but I still. Nope. And starts burning you with a torch. Soon the pain spreads throughout your body, takes over your mind, and you surrender yourself to the darkness. Who sent you? Where and who sent you here? Why did you come here? No one sent me. I came here to get a cure from a witch. Akir, why you come talk? Oh, one. The man hits you in the stomach with the hammer in his hand. Stop lying. To whom did you give the dagger? Speak now. Yep. What age? How does my teeth fall out of my mouth when he hits me in the knee? You'll be here forever if you are lying, you piece of shit. What is the main purpose of coming to this city? Who did you give the dagger to? What did the assassin send to you? Speak. I'm going to go with that one. Wait, no. I meant to sell it. Don't say anything. Alright. This is the last privilege I'll give you to get out of here. Either you tell the truth, or it's the end for you, understand? What do you want to know? Alright. Right.
If you continue to act this way, I will show you the bottom of death. Answer the question or suffer. For whom do you work? Which kingdom is behind this assassination? Tell me something.
Hold breath.
Why did you come to this city? Where are you from?
Yeah, I lost my memory in a cave.
You won't leave this place alive.
Hold breath. Good.
You better answer the questions I ask correctly.
Or man presses your chest. You feel like a rusty nail. Ooh. Okay, that's bad.
If you lie, I'll skin you alive. Now tell me, who are you? You already know that. Why can't you find your family or tribe? Who are you?
Months ago.
If you lied or hide anything from me, I'll break your fucking head here. Understand? Now tell me, why did you come to this city?
Yep, that one.
You're still lying. Fine, let me show you something you'll never forget.
Yeah. That one.
Listen to me carefully now. There is nothing more I can do for you, Blacksmith. This is the end. Either you tell me the truth, or I will take your life. Be careful, Blacksmith. Your answer from now on will determine whether you live or die. This is your last chance. Tell me, who took the dagger from you?
Alright. I was threatened with death if I did not hand over the dagger. What did the assassin give you in exchange for making a weapon? Strange coin. And delivers a solid punch to your face. Wake up, my child. Wake up. Can you talk to me, child? Who are you? One soul. Now the one. Come to seek some answers from you, my child. Have you seen and spoken to Lady? Yes. I really want to believe you, my child. We all need this. Alright. Let the breath flow out of your lips. Be strong wind. Dispels the dark clouds of doubt. So that we can all see the brief sun of mercy until the light of salvation. Tell me, the dream you saw, child. Tell her the vision I saw, but yet. Yep. Yep. Let's not forget, everyone. There is light every darkness, and there is a darkness in every light. Alright. Let's go with Miracle. Alright. Temple. You should know only I can understand what you feel. Ah, what do you mean by that? Ah, whispering stones in the cave. Those are blessed. Eldera stones. And those stones are touches of the gods on earth. Which means you are a chosen one. Okay. So, alright. So, apparently I am the Holy Smith. Ooh. Okay, that explains a lot, really. I've been wondering why it's so easy to make, I literally have shelves just full of legendaries now. No, my child, I was not in the cave, that cave, but in another temple. Alright. That I'm a chosen. Yep. Alright. Thank you. Oh no, I hobble now. Alright, I think the smith is this way. Edna, are you okay? I feel terrible. It hurts so much. How you doing here? I cannot believe my eyes. What have they done to you? Oh, yeah, that is true. Oh, I know, I know. But that's why they arrested you. Alright. Alright. Alright, I'm going to hobble my ass back to home. I think I finished the tutorial now. Don't know why I'm drunk, but I'm also hobbling. A lot of sway here. Oh, knife. What's happening? And the fuck did I do now? You leave the shop surrounded by soldiers again towards the castle gates in the square. When you enter the gate, you come across ornate gardens surrounded by stone walls and magnificent castles. Your powers your anxiety, and you find yourself. All right, continue. When you come across the governor without looking at your face to a chair with sign ordering you sit down. I believe I'm alive because no. There is only one reason you are here and alive, and that is because I believe you can be of some benefit to this kingdom of Latina as its future. Alright. Yep. Do my best. Alright. Oh, there's an ancient settlement on our south border called Hills of Ancestors. And the last we've heard, kind of religious conflict going on there. Okay. Hmm. Alright. Ah, makes sense. Oh, I keep making money. Alright. Alright. Yep. I think the sadness you're experiencing will do. Oh, yes. Coming to the reason why I came here, I am here to collect the first payment. 20,000. Alright. Oh, we must cooperate. Oh, I'm not afraid of competition. Oh. Let's go ahead and put, refill the stock before we refill the resources. I'm definitely probably going to need to look into mining, but apparently I've been banned from mining while leaving town. I haven't started mining yet. At all. Ah, the Accursed series. Disgrace. I think that's close enough. Alright. Let's go ahead and refill. Let's go ahead and refill that. From my experience, gold, if you buy gold ore, it doesn't make enough worth using profit. Now, I still have money left, and I'm going to need to get some upgrades probably. How much? Oh, that's actually pretty cheap. So rent is 2,000. Well, 20,000. I can afford rent still if I buy that. That's okay. I can afford that. Probably need a floor. Well, I need that at some point. And let's go ahead and buy that. Backroom floor. Doesn't tell me what carpet does. Let's add some furniture. Upstairs floor. Alright. Upstairs wall, upstairs fence. That'll cost 6,000. Alright, we're getting close to our cutoff point. But I need I could have sworn there was kids' room furniture. Ah, there. And I think that's enough frugal spending for today. Oh, what's that? Oh, I have a safe now. Tip. It's okay, Bobby. Alright, let's restock this again. Yes, I have a full magic set. After I'm done filling this, I'll show my character build so far. Alright, so my character build is max this, profits and people, and better crafting. I'm going to go ahead and unlock new blades. Because something I noticed, I have 0 pierce for blades. But also just subpar cutting. So let's start. For cutting, we're going to want hexagon. Let's also do Gilula, which is mostly silver. Don't have fancy pommels yet. Or fancy pommels. Let's make it a 2-hander, so 40 centimeters. That guard. We're not going to use same metal for pommels. So what does this do? Cut rate, pierce rate minus. Cut rate 2. Cut rate 1.5, pierce rate minus 1. I mean, half. Cut rate. Cut rate 3. Cut rate 3. Kind of like the looks of this. Is that cut rate 3? Nope. That's two-handed sword. Blade point. This is a cutting blade, so cutting point. And quench. Ice. Yep, fire. Wit. Ah. Alright. Okay, it's nothing. Do a few, big sister. Yep. Alright. Uh, Alright. 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 I need to reload this. Well, sometimes businesses... Yeah, I probably should have sat down and hammered out more blades because I just ran out of extras. So let's see here. Going to take a gander here. Is Galara the best cutting? How much is the weight? Weight. Oh, I've got to change the tree. For cutting, it looks like emerald tree is usually the best for cutting. Yep. Going to make sure this is the best it can be. Hexagon is the best for slash, but durability is minus 13. Where is that 13 durability minus? This is durability from current design plan. But I definitely know this thing's not going to pierce someone. So that was irrelevant knowledge. But I can solve the durability problem by swapping out Yuldura, which is... But Galar... Oh, yeah. So we'll do Yuldura, which is 3 Kali and an iron. And I think that the blade is Galara, which is... We should do that before we do the Yuldura, because it's faster to heat it up, not cool it. And they're selling like fucking hotcakes. So I probably should have started 2 hours ago. Prep that. Need to get the shovel out. Don't need to throw coal in there yet. I think 60 coal should get us. It's always going to take more than what you put in the forge. Hell, half the time I'm not even using the coal I put there. It's just in case I need to cool it down. For some reason, when you cool down the forge, it consumes more coal. When you heat it up, it takes more coal. It burns faster. Something I have noticed, if you make ores in sort of the wrong order, for some reason, especially with Loha ore, it really matters if you... Oh wait, wrong ore. I want to do the silver and Rhea. I think that's 3 silver and one of those. Let me make sure. Yep, 3 silver. And a red one. But this game kind of reminds me of a book series I found recently. It's called Rise of the Living Forge. Heavily recommend the book. It's pretty much this if you became a guild master. Well, story. So that's still exclusively the blade slot. Also, a little tip if you're watching. If you if you pocket your crucible for some reason, it makes a save state. It essentially puts in a cryo pocket. It's frozen in time until you pull it out. Am I out? Yep. So 3. A red. Might be odd enough. Nope. This game is still in early access, but aside from a small handful of things so far, it's not really too outrageously buggy. There is if you try to make double batches of Loha ore, it does bug out and make 0% Loha ore, but twice as much of it, when it's probably supposed to be a batch of 100%. Yeah, that crucible's hot enough. But the other thing is I had that same weird bug happen when making amalgams. If one of the components gets done faster than the other ores in there. For example, if a silver ore and a Kaluha ore get melted together. Oh, I guess they fixed that. I needed to make a supply run anyway. Yep. Wait a minute. If you can pay the rent so easily, this means only one thing. I must keep the price low, right? I'm going to say that one. Be honest, I added a second floor, yes. Well, that's unfair. Oh, the good news is I'm already more than halfway there. Alright, supply run. Oh, hold on. Yep, supply run. I definitely need a refill on silver before day's end. Since I melted into Galara, it should... Yep, count as being consumed. Alright. Damn it, too hot now. It's getting there. I don't like how it doesn't tell you the temperature of the crucible when it's in the forge. It should be about 3 minutes or less. But yeah, if you like this game, Rise of the Living Forge on Audible would pair nicely with this game. So far, this game has a completely different storyline. But a guy who shits out magical items left and right, but the cost of needing to eat magical items as part of basic survival. That should be close enough. Give it a little bit now. Also, for some reason, the ingots kind of levitate now. From what I noticed. So 3 silver. Red ore. Up. Shit. Oh, good. It didn't fuck me like it did 3 times last night. Oh, you're not liquid. Silly me. Oh, it's no longer 380. When I wait for that, I might as well run in here. Yeah, it is unfair she increased the rent, but I'm going to be honest. If I can afford the full set of these, and her rent. Okay, game. Why are you trolling me? I plan on pounding all of these out. Alright, another batch of Galora. Probably going to need to make a supply run for the other materials, but I haven't been able to use those yet. Yeah, I probably should have swapped off to the Udera, since that's what I plan on using for the guard material. But I guess I could go ahead and buy a shitload of gold and make that. Use that as guard material. Well, the alloy. Since I no longer need to pay rent. Does have a shit flip though, but it's better than not. Okay. Oh, shit. I probably need a shovel. Yeah, definitely. Ah, shit. That should be good for now. I can pour this now. Wait, okay. For a second there, I thought that said 40. Well, it's solid now. Now it's liquid. Okay. Hello. Sorry, just needed to readjust there. Alright. Not good at all. Okay, okay. Alright. Yeah, effective, empty, or really hate spiders. Okay. Right. My past and memories were probably sundered. Right, after I became this chosen one. Alright. Oh, who's Gorlock? Alright. I have done this bulk crafting before. There is a caveat, though. There is actually a finite limit to how many things you can store. But it can, the system can only store so many things. Ah, shit, I left that open. Let's get it up to the 1800. And let's go ahead and add more to you. So for the Mokura. Three gold, one Cali. Alright, do we have enough Cali? Alright, then we should have enough to do one batch of Yodura. And I have 2 skills. You know what, let's go ahead and upgrade that, because we're going to definitely need that. Let's go ahead and do Eastern Pommels. Pommels. Next will be the guards. So, oh, what temperature is the Mukura? Makara. Think Makara would be a pretty high one. Oh yeah. Same as Udara. So 3 gold, 1 blue. Bellow, bellow. Might as well get it to max. Gold's liquid. And now we wait for Celia. Yes. Oh shit. Well, that was a shitload of, do I even have enough for another batch? I'll be right back. It's okay. Can you look? Bobby? Oh, packet. Oh. Huh? Your bed. Come here. Yeah, the old one. How about? Alright. Sorry about that. Curiosity, let me see if there's any viewers. Nope. I also have noticed you do need to be careful. Especially when adding coal to the heating furnace. Sometimes the coal will eat ingots. I had times where I definitely poured more than enough, but then I can't find any of them. But when I close out the game and reopen it, I find them in the chest. So that's 3 gold. And a blue, if memory serves correct. Yep. Yep. By the way, Mukura is pretty resilient from being burned. Which I guess is same thing with Utera. But that's a good thing for a flaming sword, right? The sword itself not being flammable. And I'm probably definitely good on guards and pommels. But I like to make sure. So let's see here. Last batch. There we go.
Here, Brent.
There we are. Well, I guess we're short one guard, but good news, I have an extra from a previous day. It's not Utera, but it's a guard. So Gala is pretty good for cutting. So pretty soft, not as soft as Lura, but almost. By the way, it doesn't matter if you get 99 or 90. Game treats both as the same. Alright. That one's not hammering anymore, it's too cold. Pick up a guard. Hammer it out. Yeah, Mukura is definitely the best guard material. Not too long, not too finicky. It also says it's good guard material if you look at the stats. It's like a base 40 guard. And that's including the guard bonus from the guard. Best guard I have. But yeah, there's just something about this game. It's just pretty good. Even though it's just sword beater, but there's a uniqueness to that. You know, I if you bought this game and didn't expect it to have a story, I'm going to redo that. Wench. By the way, these are technically 3/4 gold. Good. Sit down and be a good baby. But I will say Mukura is too soft for the auto hammer. Same thing with Aloha. Ooh! Stop it, boy. I love you. Alright, there you go. You can come up, boy. I love you. Up. Hold on. Up. Come up. Come up. You can do it, big boy. Ain't a little boy. Okay. It's always when I offer it the third time. Oh, did a little overhammering on that one. There we are. There we go. Sorry if you hear any background noise. But yeah, Rise of the Living Forge. I truly don't want to spoil it, but it's a really good read or listen. But the basic idea is the hero of the land died, but the hero of the land also was reborn as a nobody blacksmith tens of thousands of miles away. Probably not even on the same continent, really. And he has to be a blacksmith. Not through choice, but because if he doesn't smith, he will starve to death. Also, he can't. He's not a normal human. He's what's called a living forge, which is this weird Gestalt construct race, which is more magic, less human. Essentially, they live. He's pretty much, so far in the story, he's the only one of his kind. And part of the story is the mystery to how he became a living forge. And he essentially starts up a guild. And he rises. But unlike normal blacksmiths, he's not bound to the smithy. He can only gain experience through making items, but but magic items. So he can't get better unless he has materials to work. But anything he works with has a high probability of being magic. Granted, he does need to eat some of it now and again, or else he implodes. Oh, that blade wasn't hot. Sorry, I got distracted. Hold on, let me go do something real quick. But yeah, like I was saying, he's not bound to the smithy. He does have combat abilities that, due to his weird nature, he needs to get materials. And pretty much the only way you get good materials is by killing things, tanning their hides. And a lot of the book is actually a lot of pseudo magic, biome, and food web stuff, if that interests you. And, you know, for example, dragon scales are resistant to fire, so they don't work well. With fire. But every maker has his secret. Ooh, in Act 2, when he gets the Judicator set, it's really good. But, part of the book is the mystery and questions, you know, answers. Not every question has an answer, and not every answer gives you a true answer. But, yeah, it's a really good read. Especially if... pretty much a good majority of these light RPG books that are coming out lately, they're just really good alternative games. You know, pretty much games that either don't exist yet or games that are too hard to physically make in a three-dimensional space yet. Like Rise of the Living Forge. It has a good story. A lot of the gameplay story is there, with stat-based and ability-based mostly, but so far it's one of the only ones I have read that doesn't have numbers, which is a gripe of mine. You know, if it's a lit RPG adventure, stats probably should not be a key component in a story with characters that were born in the world. Makes more sense if that character was from our world who grew up with MMO shit. You know, because story, everything readapts itself to make it easier to understand. as like a cost, balance. I've also listened to the entire, finally finished the original Wizard of Oz series. But the main reason was I bought the first book of Wicked and I was heavily confused. Like, I couldn't believe it was anything tied with the original movie. So I decided I had to listen to the books, the entire book series that the movie was based off of, in hopes I would understand Wicked. I do have more context now, but Wicked is still it's also not written by the same person who's written the Wizard of Oz book series, which became the screenplay, which was based off of the Broadway. Which was based off of the book. It's a pretty good read. I'll listen. I will warn you, it is a product of its time, and I wasn't the original demographic. But it's interesting to see how something became classic and speculate off of the fact it is considered a classic. Be honest, it was pretty much Lord of the Rings before Lord of the Rings. But anyway, Wicked takes place somewhere in between the Dark Age and the Cardinal Witch Age. But I plan on doing some more Dead Island soon. This game is really easy to put on a shelf and close out when I get to a certain point. Dead Island, and not knowing how long it's going to take to go to a place, do a thing, kill a thing. After a while of playing pretty much every RPG in the history of video gaming, is go here, kill thing, go there, kill thing, come back, kill thing. If you know what I mean. After a while, those kind of games just kind of get old. It's also more interesting to see what the indie scene's doing. For example, this one, when I first bought this, I noticed that the entire thing was review bombed. For some reason it was all negative reviews. But literally the next day it was fine. All positive reviews. So I have no idea how that got so badly reviewed bombed despite me loving this game. But yeah, it's a nice little break. But yeah, this game, as long as I put shit on a rack somewhere and don't have more than 10 pommels or guards total, I'm fine. I can save and quit the game and not lose too much. Unless I have egregious amounts of coal and shit. Like the forge, I put too much in the forge. Going to need to put some more in here, probably. But only a bit. And hope that didn't eat anything. But probably the most memorable book out of the entire collection. By the way, when I bought the Wizard of Oz collection for 1 credit on Audible, I was not expecting it to be 99 hours and 59 minutes. For $11. Granted, every 12 hours is a book, pretty much, average. And each of those books has, like, 2 paragraphs worth of introductory for characters that you may or may not have known if you listened to the previous book, because these books weren't originally numbered. And they were just kind of released. It did matter. Some of them did matter depending on the order you read them in. The first 3, definitely. Also, a little bit of a warning. One of the books, I think it's number 2 in the list, is actually number 3. And number 3 is supposed to be book 2. I kind of found it jarring that they just kind of pulled a MacGuffin out of nowhere to solve the problem in book 2. Then I realized, oh, that was book 3. And they pulled out a MacGuffin from book 2. Hold on. I don't think it was the second book. May have been the 3rd or 4th. Now thinking about it. Because book 1 is, well, obviously the Yellow Brick Road. Then book 2 was finding the true heir of the Emerald City's throne. But I will admit, a lot of this book sort of blends together into mush. Partly because it keeps repeating similar concepts. I shit you not, like 80% of the entire book series is literally, oh no, Dorothy and a select cast of people have been stranded in a weird fairyland. And then they just got tired of, well, the writer got tired of using the same characters, so he decided to keep adding more and more characters just to fill out the oddities of Oz. But problem was, then began to suffer with too many character complex, which is very common in older series like this one, where they just have so many characters that pretty much each character just becomes really good at solving one particular task. You know, Scarecrow, after book 1, has brains, and he's practically immortal unless you lay flame to him. Tin Man, he's practically immortal, and is good with an axe, and is good at killing. But he does not want to kill unless he has to. Because the Wizard of Oz didn't have a loving heart, which was the original thing the Tin Man wanted, but the kindest heart in the land. But yeah, the most remembered book is the second to last book, in my opinion, which is where part of the Tin Man's backstory is sort of done to death by the time he gets a book to remedy. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I need a... People keep asking about this. Let me write a book about it. Essentially, he fell in love with the slave of one of the Wicked Witches and tried to marry her. But the Wicked Witch who owned her didn't want them to marry. So she enchanted the woodsman's axe to take pieces out of him until... in hopes that he would just crumble apart and die in the woods somewhere. But a tinsmith came by and started replacing his missing body parts with tin and collecting his body parts. And they were all put in the barrel. Now, something I need to mention is, in the magical land of Oz, things don't die. At all. So these body parts are pretty much very alive, but weird Wizard of Oz logic. Pretty much what happens in Oz is whatever the writer decides it to be. And in this case, the body is still alive, but the soul gets transferred to the tin body as more and more the guy becomes tin. And he's about to marry the girl, but he decides to make a wooden thing to essentially be wed under, or something to propose with, out of wood. You know, he's a woodsman, and he's a good carpenter. Those are literally the two things in his character, aside from him prattling about how kind his heart is. But anyway, he gets caught in the rain, Russ, and he was there for hundreds of years. But things don't die in the Wizard of Oz. Well, in the Land of Oz. And if he could guess, that means all of his body parts are still alive, right? Yes. So is his fiancée. Meanwhile, when he's in a coma, well, not really a coma, but essentially, in the context of the story and his atomic ability, yes, he's in a coma. A new fiancé by the name of Captain Fighter, which is probably the worst name in the Land of Oz, aside from the crooked wizard, who is both a crooked wizard, who's so twisted and crooked it became his name. But yeah, he betroths. He's engaged with the lady, same girl the Nick Chopper was in love with, and is literally on his way to be married when he rusts and he forgot his oil can. Literally the same story, but yeah, pretty much the same story up to that point. But instead of Dorothy finding him, she finds Nick Chopper. Literally every Wizard of Oz book happens. And the Tin Man, Nick Chopper, finally has the epiphany. Wait a minute, if I have the kindest heart in the land, that means, despite not loving her, I should have went to go make her the Empress of the Winkies with me. And if I don't do this, I don't have the kindest heart in the land. Conflicts. But yeah, they find Chop Fight and the original Tinsmith. Apparently this entire time he had magic glue, which he could have used to glue them back together, but the glue was made by the same witch that wanted them in pieces, so he couldn't use it on them, or else, well, it would piss off the witch. And you don't want to piss off a witch, especially when you're holding one of her magical artifacts. Glue that can glue body parts back together with magic. He decides one day that he needs help around the shop, his tin shop. So he decides to put together the two bodies in his barrel, the pieces. But then he realizes, apparently he didn't have full set. He barely had enough to make one person, between two different people. So he makes pretty much a golem out of these body parts, who was missing an arm, so he replaced it with a tin one. and they were really bad with tools, and it wouldn't stop complaining about how unyieldly and form-fitting his clothes were, despite, well, him being a patchwork man consisting of body parts from two completely different people, and he was not perfect. He blamed it on the clothes. Eventually, the tinsmith gets tired of listening to him bitch all the time. Oh, and the fact that he eats 3 times the amount of food a normal person does also adds to this resentment. And when the golem asks him, I kind of want to go out on an adventure, Tinsmith goes, yeah, go. So he did. Then Dorothy and Nick Chopper find Captain Fighter on their way to the tinsmith, free him from his coma. Well, yeah, what I mean. Then they go on an epic quest to propose to the girl they both fell in love with about 300 years ago. And ask her which one she wants to marry. By the way, she moved to a mountain top. So far out of the way, she has not heard any news from the events of all the previous books. Just the fact she was abandoned at the altar. Twice. But when everyone finally gets to the mountaintop, they find out that mysterious meat golem the tinsmith told them about has already beaten to the punch, married her, and technically she picked both of them. Because Chop Fight is both of them. But Chop Fight, as a weird thing, he developed his own soul, which is sort of a half gestalt of the muscle memory of both bodies. Is the best way I could describe it. They're kind of definitely playing with the whole ship of Theseus thing. What happens if someone finds all the parts of Nick Chopper and puts them back together? Would that mean the Tin Man is still Nick Chopper, or would that mean Nick Chopper is, Nick Chopper? Or does the original body become something new at this point? But I feel like that one was the best book in the entire series, aside from the original trilogy. But that's me. These swords are going to be real pretty. And deadly. But yeah, that game, I know that book series, it's alright. A lot of time it was predictable, but again, it was made not for me. They do clarify the Dark Ages of Oz and how the Age of Cardinal Witches happened. Which is when Wicked takes place. That's the event. Rise and fall of the Age of Cardinal Witches. You know, east, west, north, south witches. Put these in the pile. I don't think I have enough guards. Yeah, I have like 4 more of these. And I only have 2 more. There is a shitload in there, but at the time I don't trust this game. Because I definitely remember putting a few more in there. You know, it's hard to explain. I didn't count them is the thing. But it sure did look like a lot of them. But yeah, pretty good book. Also, I didn't mind spoiling that book too, because it's well beyond the spoiler age. But if you're interested to see how interesting they are, they're there. But the Dark Ages of Oz are dark because they are times better to be forgotten. Once the first king of Oz was such of a wicked king, He tormented his subjects so much that one of the archfays that blessed the land, turning into a lovely fairy country, also long ago, came and enchanted a spring, now known as the Spring of Oblivion. All those who drink from the springs of the waters here, the waters of this spring, forget everything, who, what, and how they are, making them no more than just wee babes who can still know how to talk. The first, the Fae, the Archfey, forced the king to drink of the waters of oblivion, in hopes his people would treat him better, and him, people, better. The king did treat his people better, but they were all still quite scared of him. So he commanded all of his men and people to drink of the waters of oblivion too, so that everyone would be equal. But you see, no one can die of old age in the land of Oz. Hell, no one can even die from being grievously wounded. Hell, people can't even die from not being human anymore. But yeah, that's where a lot of the oh shit, we've made too many fucking characters problem comes in. It gets to the point where characters are just introduced in sentences. Oh. Man, probably everyone's favorite character is the Shaggy Man, but I think that's probably because of his magical item he stole. But it pretty much makes it so that anyone who tries to confront Shaggy Man to instantly become charmed and want to be his friend. And I will admit, it is an item too powerful. Narrative-wise, until you realize it may not have the correct effect on certain entities or creatures. Like an entire species that only love soup. Not each other, not themselves. They just live for a bowl of soup. And anything they love, it's put into soup. Yeah. Oh, don't worry, no one died. That's one of the rules of children's books. Especially in that time. But that's one of the only problems you could have with the original book series, in my opinion. But it's a good lesson if if you're interested in writing books. Narrative comes with conflict and all that. If you give your characters too many powerful items or too many powerful abilities to get out of certain scenarios, then it sort of becomes too predictable in what's going to happen in the narrative. You don't want it to be too predictable, is the thing. Now, there's something you can do if someone's read the book twice. You can't surprise them a second time. But it's one of those things, If you make it too easy to predict, then it kind of feels more stereotypish and conformist to the basic rule of storytelling, or one of them. But that's kind of one of the main reasons why some storylines are just done to death. It's because no one has figured a better story that conveys the same type. Like how Are We There Yet is actually a script rewrite of a common type of story or film script called the Journey of Comedic Circums, or something like that. Essentially, it's just, the goal is these characters start here, they go there, and crazy off-the-wall shit happens. But a better example that I can remember off the top of my head is the sequel, Are We Done Yet? Where they settle down and build a house. Same cast and crew. But they recycled the story from the Money Hole plot, which is an older movie, which was sort of the start of the money sink comedy. People try to build a house, but it is one of the worst houses ever. A house flipper's nightmare story. And they do everything they can to keep it and actually make it good in the end, despite all of the adversity. But it gets... But those are the basic stories, plot lines, but pretty much the big thing with those is the gags and the special effects that help sell them. But anyway, you can see where I'm going. Like, all of the Wizard of the Oz books are literally an uncanny motley crew forms out of needed necessity and convenience. Consisting of wacky characters that only could exist in a fairyland like that of Oz. Oh yeah, there's more than one fairyland. The Land of Oz is just the best one. They do everything they can to hammer that in. It's the best one. But some of it really makes you want to ask a few more questions then. Well, some of them just make you just realize how similar they are, especially when you listen to them back to back in the complete collection. But I'm not underestimating, like, after book 2? No, book 4, where they're in the cave and the vegetable people. That was probably the most unique book, in my opinion, aside from the originals. Yeah, I definitely don't have enough of these Mukuras. I definitely know I should probably try to save up money for mine. A gold mine. If I can figure out where I can get one of those. Because I know they're in the tab. Tomorrow, after I put all this up for sale, well, I even might do some more construction later after tonight. Later this week. In the same day. Because I do know we're done with the tutorial. And we just truly started the story. And from my understanding so far, I've been watching a few episodes of Dre, mostly because he's funny and he's somewhat bad at this game. But it's funny. Uh, but yeah, for some reason, this is my first ever save file, and I'm like almost done with all the fucking upgrades at the shop week 1. I don't really understand how I managed to do so this early in. But I definitely know enough that there has to be some shit later if I'm like already this full on the tree. Actually, I'm not that full on the tree yet, but I pretty much have the entire blacksmithing tree done, and all of the trading that's actually good. This shit might be good, you know, the slave stuff, but why would I want to make the gameplay itself when so two-hander, we're going to go ahead with the design I already pre-picked. Doing them on 30s because that rounds out better. That, and I have noticed the weapon design table sometimes gets confused with how big the handle is and all. I have had it tell me something, a dagger with 3, with a short hand, a one-handed sword handle was still a dagger. Nope, it was a war spike or a war shiv, if you're more inclined to call it that. Alright, hilt decoration. I did max out, I did buy the best hilt decoration because it's actually, I heavily recommend getting the best you can afford right off the bat, because it increases the base value of any item's value based off of its handle length. And which is nothing with the earlier things if you're doing one-handed swords or daggers. But if you get the highest one, it's at least 12. I did max out the grind wheel. Now this blade should be, in theory, slightly more balanced than what it said on the table. But yeah, this game has a lot of little details that really add up. But I definitely agree that they need to add more complexity to some of the craft. Two-handed sword. Filer. Cut bonus from design 13. Pierce bonus negative 42. So it's 20 Pierce, but I'm going to be blunt with you. You don't... cutting is more important on a two-hander than stab, my opinion. Alright, so, yeah, I put 4,000, wait, no, 4,100 coin into this. It's only worth 60, I'm going to go ahead and round that up, 67 coin. So we're going to increase that to 65. But that Mukura really gleams there. How much is the guard rate? 28. Speed rate, 4. Oh yeah, that's actually abnormally good for a two-hander. So yeah, the Mukura is perfect guard material. It just inflates the value though out of through the roof, and it's not really truly earned. You also need to keep in mind that it's fucking magic too. So yeah, that's actually a pretty shit turnaround. For some reason, the best turnaround for profit so far from what I've seen with magics is a magic copper sword. Those sell... those only cost like 50 coin, and they're worth 1,500. Very lucrative if you're flipping from the miner like I am. But I kind of want to wean off the miner. Try to do more mining, but I don't know where to mine. Trying to play this game blind, but some simulator games you probably shouldn't do 100% blind. You know, a lot of simulator games just have, there's shitloads of menus, and a lot of those menus you have to go to the place to access. If you don't know where that place is, well, you're not accessing the menu. That lets you do a thing. You know what I mean? So if I don't know where I can buy mines, I can't buy mines. Very pretty sword, too. master. Oh, huh. Not legendary. Huh. That might actually be why they're not as valuable as I thought. Oh no, this one is legendary. Overall quality, good. 90 and everything. Oh, this might be one of the ones where I overhammered something. Yeah, it only takes like a few misclicks to get a downgrade a legendary. Legendary is pretty much like 99% good. 99% perfect. Masterwork is also good, but you also need to keep in mind, without the magic, it being magic just automatically promotes it to legendary if it's masterwork. But if it's not magic, then it's less. One less. So pretty much magic increases it by one. So far from my understanding. So if you use a magic, wash, it pretty much upgrades the value, the quality of it by one tier. If it's applicable, though. If it's junk, it's still junk. Even if it's constantly on fire. Uncommon. By the way, sharpening the thing also upgrades the craftsmanship level of it by one tier. So if you, before you sharpen it, you look at it. After you sharpen it, it's always the next tier up, so far from my understanding. And it makes sense. A masterwork quality sword is still a masterwork quality sword. But before you sharpen it, it's technically not done, and therefore not a master's work. Man, with... Holy shit. I just realized. I need to make more guards and hilts before I quit. Because I don't even think this would be half of it. I may need to fire up the forge again. I still have a bit of time. But yeah, this game's pretty solid. Highly recommend it. It's worth every penny I spent so far. And since it's in early access, I'm actually really interested to see what they add to the game. You know, making the crafting more complex will definitely help. Adding to that uniqueness, you know, hell, it can even just vary. There's almost an infinite way you can take it. But one of the things I kind of wish they added, anvil melody. It just increases your hammer strike efficiency. But I kind of want it to work with the beat of whatever song's playing. Think that'll be neat. You know, treat the anvil pain like a piece of the soundtrack itself. Might take a little extra code in, but it would definitely add. And give like little bonuses for it too. Oh, and even make some pommels a twist instead of a hammer for finishing. That'll also add some uniqueness. You know, threaded. But I guess threaded, you know, screw on anything in this continuity wouldn't really work. Because I don't think this takes place in the area where screws are made. Oh, I don't even think this thing's held together with nails, but that doesn't say anything. That's just a mark of a really good carpenter. I'm talking about the grindstone, by the way. Little fun fact, Daniel lathes are the only tool that can make itself by itself. Making sure there isn't any little numbies in the ingots in there. That's one of my least favorite things so far. It's the ingots just disappearing. But I definitely think making the magic a little more complex, maybe adding like an enchanting table, also would be a good step in the right direction. But kind of feel like adding too many steps would also make it too complex. But that's me, game design and all. It's a little bit beyond me, but so far, it's a pretty solid game. Yeah, I think, yeah, there's five, well, more than five there. Probably about eight. Pommel. But yeah, I think that's the first day I've had where everything sold out. Yeah, I should have gotten more. I think this is a little more than 30, 40, but I don't think I'm making daggers anytime soon. So this one will have to be a toothpick. Yep, toothpick. Yeah, I'm actually a little interested to see how much more valuable it is based off of a longer handle. Partly because wraps are more effective the bigger the handle is. But bigger the handle is, takes away from its Legendary. Let me make sure I read. Yeah, sorry, I thought that's at 270 for slash. But that is 67, 66. Slightly longer handle did increase its value. Yeah, I'm probably going to need to look into mining soon. Oop, too thin. And too short. Perfect for a short sword. There we go. Alright, once I'm done with these guards, I know, well, these blades, I'm definitely going to call it a night. But yeah, I'm starting to think I am going to need to make a shitload more weapons before I go to bed in the game. Because I sold out completely. You know, I have had days in this game where uh-oh. One of these pommels doesn't have a guard. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to end the stream after this last blade with pommel and guard. I know that many blades should save. I can finish it later. Yep, I closed the game with 4 before and they were all there. You have to be careful sometimes when you close out the game. It doesn't save everything, so if you have like 50 pommels for some reason, it will delete. Huh. If I had another guard, I could have made another. Alright. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, hold on. I have one more guard. Well, if any of my previous things I mentioned, ingots, they ended up in the ether, they all should spawn back. Since I have nothing in there. I do have 3 of these, but those should save correctly. The game doesn't save where everything is. It does save what the item is and its quality. By the way, so far from what I understand, handles, laved or not, don't really do much unless you make them light. You can make them lighter than a regular one, but the thinner it is, the more it impacts the durability of the blade. But the more durability the blade has, the more weight and less attack speed it has. Alright, last blade of the night. Yep, another legendary. 2,000 profit. Just out of curiosity, by comparison, yes, 2,000 profit. So yeah, none of the metals I've been using have a good flip rate. So yeah, mining's definitely going to be the option of the future. Especially if I want to afford the new rent price. But that's it for today. See you guys next time whenever I have time to stream. Or record. See you guys next time. and good night.